What's going on, guys? Mike Kellum with Camping World here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the RPod RP196. Normally I would just be talking as I'm showing you the unit. However, in this video I'll just be doing a video tour with a voiceover on it, because it's super windy right now. So for this video it's just a lot better to do a voiceover. Before we get started, if this video helps you out, I'd appreciate it if you like this video and then subscribe to this channel. It's free to you, but it really helps me out. But enough of that, let's just get right into it. So this is the Forest River RPod RP196. So a couple quick specifications for you. This guy weighs about 3,802 pounds dry and has a 640 pound payload capacity. Total length is going to be 22 feet and 2 inches. This is measured from the tip of the hitch to the back of the bumper. All three of the holding tanks, so the freshwater, the gray water, and the black water tank, all of them are going to be 30 gallons. And the awning size on this guy is going to be 11 feet. Starting right up front here at the passenger side, we do have a pass-through storage space. This has just your standard twist locks, and then it's held up by a magnet when it's opened. It is incredibly windy out today, and you can see how firmly this is holding even with the strong wind. Moving over here, we do have two outdoor AC outlets and then a spray port right below it. I personally like this a lot because you're not restricted to a certain hose length or attachment end. You can buy all kinds of different hoses and attachments for these spray ports here. And then over to the left, right in front of the tire, is going to be the black tank flush port. It's pretty cool that they included a black tank flush on this guy. If there's one thing I really don't like doing when I'm dumping my takes, it's sticking my hose down the toilet. Just below the black tank flush is your propane connection. This unit does come with a griddle included, however you can also connect up a grill if you'd like. Moving on back a little bit, we do have off-road tires equipped on this guy, and the cool thing about this camper is it does have a torsion axle. Now you may be wondering, what is a torsion axle and why do I care? With the torsion axle, the two tires have independent suspension from each other, so they can go up and down separately. This will tremendously help handling going down the road, and it gives you the ability to go off-road if that's your kind of camping. Moving around to the back of the unit, you just have your spare tire as well as your rear view camera prep. This unit is equipped with a 100 watt solar panel and 1000 watt inverter. Now, a common misconception is that 100 watts is barely enough to trickle charge the battery, which is so wrong, and I'm not sure where this misconception came from, but 100 watts is actually quite a bit of power. 100 watts means that as long as there's sun out, you'll be able to watch the TV continually, and you can also run most laptops on 100 watts. The only things this can't power continually would be things like the microwave and the air conditioner. For those appliances, you would need a much bigger power inverter anyway. On the driver's side at the back, you do have your 30 amp connection here, and immediately to the left of it is your satellite hookup. This unit does have 4 manual stabilizer jacks. Usually with these guys, I recommend getting a power drill and a socket. Makes it just a whole lot easier. On this side, you also have the outlets for your holding tanks, as well as your city water connection and your fresh tank fill. This door just opens up on the other side of that pass-through storage that we saw earlier. Again, this door is held up by a magnet, and you can see the shadow of my hair blowing in the wind pretty hard, so this should give you some kind of an idea as to how strong these magnets are. These things are strong enough that they're not going to fall in the wind. And then at the very front here, we have the power tongue jack, as well as a 20-pound propane tank, and space for 2 deep cycle batteries. Let's go ahead and go on inside of the unit. First thing most people notice whenever I'm showing them this unit is that the door is a giant piece of tinted glass. A lot of people think that this door is a full window, but when you open it up, it's really just a standard door with a standard window, and it just has a tinted piece of glass over the front of it. Immediately to your right, when you first come in, you have the control panel. So this will show you how full your tanks and batteries are. This is the controls for your water pump and water heater, as well as the master control for your lights. Right above that, you do have your solar charge controller. This charge controller is rated for 12 volts and 10 amps, so there's really not a whole lot of room for expansion. If you wanted to add more solar panels, you would definitely need to upgrade the wiring and the solar charge controller as well. To the left side of when you first walk in, we have the refrigerator, and just below the refrigerator, you have your power converter, which converts shore power to battery power, and this is combined with your breaker and fuse box. Just to the right of it, you do have your road vac, and for those of you who don't know what a road vac is, essentially you just sweep up your RV over to this port over here, turn it on, and it'll suck up everything that you swept over there. Moving a little bit further into the unit, we do have the kitchen. I always love to point out the huge pantries on these things. In the RPod in particular, it's very rare to see a pantry in this size of a unit. You have plenty of storage over the kitchen area, you have a 2-burner stove, and then just a regular RV sink. Below the kitchen counter, you have the controls for your power inverter as well as the accent lights, and your microwave is also located down here. You do have some more storage space underneath the sink. Moving along, this is going to be the hallway between the slide and the bathroom. We'll start off with the slide here. All the slide holds is the pantry, the sofa, as well as the storage spaces above the sofa. This sofa is actually pretty cool, so it can either be a sofa. You also have a totally separate dinette, so you can make this into your eating space, and it also folds down into a small bed for any extra visitors you may have. The cool thing I love about this design is when the slide is in, you can still have the bed down and still have plenty of space. In fact, almost all the functions still work. The only thing you're not able to get to is the microwave. Even so, if you really needed to get to the microwave, the slide only takes 15 seconds to push out and in. Moving into the bathroom, I gotta say I love how much shower space there is in this guy, but the RPod has a very large RV shower, and you'll have more than enough space to take a shower in this guy. On the other side of the bathroom, you have your medicine cabinet, your counter space, sink, and your toilet. The toilet is a plastic toilet. In the bathroom, you also have two 120 volt outlets. I also love that RPod used the Fantastic Fan in these models. With the Fantastic Fan, you can just pop open all the windows, turn that thing on to high, and you'll have a very nice cross breeze, meaning that you'll have to run the air conditioner a lot less. Moving to the bedroom area, you do have a queen bed, and you can easily walk around it on both sides. You do have your nightstands on each side with a hanging closet. Both sides are going to have two AC outlets as well as two USB ports to charge your phones at night. In front of the bed, you have your TV and your radio, and just a little bit of storage right next to the radio. So what are my overall thoughts of the RPod? To be honest, I don't think you could have optimized the space any better than how they did it in this model. Everything is functional. Even if you have the slide in, you can still access almost everything except for the microwave. But I gotta say, it's really nice to only be sacrificing just a little bit of space with the slide in. There are very few instances where I at least would be using the microwave with the slide pulled in. The nice thing about it though is if you really do need to access the microwave with the slide in, it doesn't take more than 15 seconds to just push it out. On top of that, with a fully loaded weight of about 4,500 pounds, you could tow this RV with just about any SUV that has a large engine. If you're towing this guy with an SUV, you would 100% need an equalizer hitch. And if you're going to be towing it with a truck, I would still strongly recommend an equalizer hitch. Well, thank you guys for watching this video. If you're interested in this unit or any other unit we may have on the lot, I'm going to leave my contact information in the description below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. This channel is going to be exclusively about RVs, not just guided tours, but also informational videos. And we'll see you guys in the next video.